Everybody, Jancy,
Denise Richards, the lovely Lulu
and the guest today, Karen Shepard.
Karen didn't know she was going to be our guest, so we grabbed her from the hallways. We're here in Fort Myers at Mike Haley's studio. And Karen, you were here doing something today. What were you doing?
I was doing a radio shoot for an event coming up in March, the Naples League.
Cool.
Nice. And what do you do? What is your heart all about, Karen?
My heart, you can't spell heart without HR,
That's
Denise.
Right, Karen. That's exactly right. And this is why we love you.
Aw.
I feel like I'm way outnumbered today. There's a lot of ladies in this room and only one guy.
And don't forget, Lulu counts too.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned an event. Let me go back to that real quick. You've got something coming up in March.
Yes.
What is
It is the Naples fourth annual. It's a sports. It's for basketball, and it's really exciting. I got 130-second radio spots. Starts September 3rd.
Wow.
And yes, and Mike and Randy and Dave, they've been helping me with that, and it's very exciting.
That's
I love M&M Multimedia.
M&M
yes,
Multimedia.
love
That's right.
them.
That's awesome.
They're pretty awesome.
Well, that's cool. We will post Karen's information below. We'll have Kaylin, who helps us with the back end of this, get your info below if anybody needs some HR help here in the area. Do you also work anywhere in Florida or U.S.? How do you do that?
Yeah, anywhere. I just
In the world?
In the U.S.
U.S. Let's stay
Globally
US.
might be a little hard, but I'm very excited that for one of my mentors, I was able to recruit a personal assistant, and she lives in Texas.
Cool.
Yes, for Jade Simmons. Very exciting.
Very exciting.
And in the process of hiring a sales manager for her as well right now.
That's amazing. And what is it that you always tell your prospective clients?
That to retain employees, it starts with hiring.
That's right. And you don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
That's right. So reach out to Karen. She'd be glad to help you with any of your business HR stuff. And if you don't know if what you need is under the HR umbrella, call Karen. She'll tell you.
Yep.
And then she'll help you find any missing pieces as well, too, that you may be missing in your business in regards to the HR stuff. Because you want to be compliant. You want to retain your people. All that fun stuff.
Yes, and I'm even doing a book.
Ooh.
Yes.
You're going to have to come back and tell us all about that.
Yes, my book is a handbook, HR handbook for small businesses. Do this, not that. And hopefully it'll be done by the end of the year, and by the first of the year it'll be out there.
Awesome.
Very exciting.
Very excited.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah.
Thanks
so
for
much,
having me.
You're
We're going to
welcome.
let you go. Don't
Bye,
trip on the way out.
I won't trip.
Be careful.
All right, so let's jump into today's topic.
you.
Bye,
See
Karen.
you later. Today, by the way, while we're getting this recorded, when this is going to go out, August 25th. And what is today? Is there any special holidays today or this week?
Oh my gosh, it's my very favorite one.
Really?
Kiss and Makeup Day.
It's a makeup day. So if you have somebody that you need to make up with, give them a quick smooch and makeup. So kiss and makeup day. That's awesome.
What else is it?
I hear it's something to do with bananas.
Banana
Split, maybe?
Banana Split Day.
Banana split day. Go make a banana split. That sounds like a lot of fun if you want to go do that. So that's fun. So that's today.
That's fun stuff.
Let's jump into, actually, before we jump into our topic for today, let's talk a little bit about what we talked about last week. And last week on that video, if you want to watch that, just find the last video. I don't know how you do that. But anyways, I'm not that techie. Saving for a down payment, specifically if you're renting.
Is what we were talking about. Yeah, saving for a down payment, and that there are options out there. You don't need a full 20%. But if you really want to hear about it, you're going to have to visit that video, like John said. And maybe Kaylin will put something down here or over here.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Look below. Anyways, or just do a search. What do you do to buy a house in regards to investment, or in regards to if you're currently renting, how do you get out of that rental?
Yep.
Let's jump into today's.
Okay.
So today's is how to have a real estate investment opportunity and how that is a solid investment in regards to returns. So the article that I came across, I pulled back up my computer because it's got a lot of numbers, and I can remember some numbers, but I don't remember all numbers in the world. But how, and we allude to this quite a bit in our videos, about how having home ownership, whether it's your home or an investment home that you have, how that's a fantastic real estate investment opportunity. Now, we haven't really gone deep into that. So today we just want to spend 4 or 5 minutes and go into that a little bit deeper and some of those ways that people do use a home as an investment opportunity.
Yeah, well, to build personal financial wealth, you truly can do that through home ownership.
Yeah.
Whether, like John said, it's your personal home or it's an investment property. And talking about down payments and thinking about, oh my gosh, how am I going to buy an investment property? It starts with your first home.
Yeah. So one way I've seen that people do this is they'll buy a duplex and they'll move into one side, and then the other side they can rent out. And when the market is in certain positions, a lot of times people can rent out that second side for almost the entire portion, or at least the entire portion of their mortgage. So they're living rent-free, basically. That's the goal, if you can find that opportunity or deal. And you're not paying a mortgage. Your tenant on the other side is paying for your mortgage.
That's right.
Even if you could get, to me, half of it, 2/3 of that, and the other side's paying for it, I think that's fantastic.
Oh, it's a win-win all the way around. And you're helping the community by providing more rental.
Yeah, which is always needed, especially around here.
It
there
absolutely
are not very
is.
many rentals around here, so if you can do that. So that's one way to do that. Now, in regards to loans for something like that, speak to that. Is there anything different when it comes to that?
Not really. The good news is that when you buy a property like that, like a duplex or a villa or something like that, you actually get to use that potential rental income to qualify, to help you qualify. So if you're just getting started, or even if you're moving, maybe you think about a 2-family unit, and then you've got that income producing side. You've easily qualified because you have the potential rent.
Yeah.
And because it's considered a primary residence, you get all the best pricing and down payment options.
Yeah. That's nice. Didn't think about that. So your interest rate won't have that extra point or half a point that a second home or an investment would typically have.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Huge.
So that's one way to get into real estate investing and starting to build your portfolio is to do what we just talked about with that. Now, another way that I think most people will do, because not too many people do that route, although that's a smart route. Most people move into their own home. They buy their own home. They're there. They stay there. They're paying down the equity on that house. And over time, you mentioned to me once before how recessions come and go. Housing
stays. So
pretty stable.
I saw a really cool statistic. Since they've been since we've had an American economy, we've had, I think, 5 or 6 recessions.
Okay.
Only twice has property values dropped.
Interesting.
And 2008 was obviously one of them.
Right.
Significant. And we now know why. We're going to avoid that. That's never going to happen again. So
Yes.
we may feel like we're in a recession right now, or depending on what news source you talk to, we are or are not in a
Yes.
recession.
Or we just
depending
changed
on
the
your
definition
of right.
the
So,
recession, right? Because we can do that.
with that being said, and as strong as the housing market is right now, I mean, we are still 9 million homes behind.
Way behind.
13-year shortage.
Can you believe that? So moving into your own home, making that purchase, staying there over time is a very smart move because of one of the reasons Denise just mentioned, and that is home prices and values continue to rise. The other thing it does too, that even with inflation, think about this. Inflation in most parts, a big inflation of 9% is not really a great thing. But think about this. Your home, as inflation goes up, my mortgage payment's the same as it was 4 years ago when we bought our home, and now that money is worth less but my payments are still the same, it's almost like I got a reduction in my home payment, because if I was renting, of course, rent prices have doubled, and that's interesting as well too, another topic. But inflation actually is beneficial for home ownership, and I won't jump too far down that rabbit hole, but it's actually beneficial for me in what I'm paying.
It's very true. I mean, the fact that we have the lower housing payment in relation, right, to the rate of inflation, we're not feeling it as hard as some folks would be feeling it.
So another part of this article, before we wrap it up, talks about stocks and bonds and all that stuff, primarily stocks in the market like the S&P 500, talks about the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq, and how all of those are very volatile, or have been volatile over the last year to 2 years, and how a lot of those are down 11 to 22%. And then it also jumps into how Bitcoin, well, that's super volatile, right? That's down like 68%.
Yeah.
So if you're using Bitcoin as an investment, maybe not the smartest thing to do. Talk to your financial advisor there, because we are not financial advisors. Stock market and all that stuff. Over time, yes, that is wise to get into that stuff and save your Roth IRA and all that stuff. But it still has a volatility more than home prices and home values as well too. So that's what this article goes into. Other than that, that's all I wanted to talk about there for that. So let's jump into our recommendation. Who are we going to refer or connect somebody with today? Who
I
you
know
got?
who. How about Julio Francisco?
Julio! I
love
love
you.
Julio.
We love
and
you.
More than Julio, I love his name. I love the name Julio. It's just fun to say.
I love his energy. He walks
got a lot
into
of
a
energy.
room and everybody starts smiling. He's
They're
just
just happy.
one of those people.
He's a really nice guy.
He
Very
is.
trustworthy, very honest guy. We've known him for a while now. And what does Julio do?
He has a pressure washing and
Oh, does he?
soft wash company.
Ooh.
So you have those,
Why do people need
you know,
that here in Florida?
the pool cages. They get really awful, and you
Yes.
really can't pressure wash something like that.
It's
So he does
difficult.
a soft wash.
Yes.
He does roofs too.
Does
Roof
he?
soft washes for those
Really?
tile roofs. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, a guy with integrity and talent.
Ooh, and here, on our roofs and pool cages, Denise briefly mentioned, we have this thing called mold, and it grows here. Algae. Yes, it's a mess. So you got to get it cleaned up. And if you're in an HOA, they tell you to clean it up. So anyways, Julio's a great guy. We're going to put his information
awesome.
below,
Yep, right below.
And connect with Julio. He's fantastic. So we're very thankful for Julio. And since we had Karen, we're going to cut it because I know we're going long
Yep.
on this video here today. Do me a favor, though, before you leave us today, hit the like and subscribe button. And if you hang around for a few more seconds, you'll see another video option pop up for you as well. So we're wishing you a great week. Anything else you wanted to add to that?
Just thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for being with us. See you guys next week. Have a great day.
Bye.